Welcome to Exchange Student in Fiberland. My name is Mary Gale, and I am your host. Today is October 9th. It is Tuesday, and this is episode 30, Pinktober. Unfortunately, I didn't get to record earlier in October, but if you follow Knit Nerds podcast, then you know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I am doing all I can to support that cause. So that's why I'm calling it Pinktober. And if you're looking for my hair color, I've got the reverse skunk going on. Got some pink highlights. Those are just highlights I put in. It comes with this like mascara brush that you just brush on, and I just put them on for the podcast. They don't look very good right now, but oh well. I wanted to be festive for Pinktober, so there you are. I actually bought some auburn hair dye, so maybe next week I'll have a different hair color. I gotta do something to keep you coming back, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I want to start with lessons I'm learning, or my Halloween socks, or I said that wrong. Lessons I'm learning, which is my works in progress, and I want to start with my Halloween socks. Last time I talked to you all, I had said that I wanted to get these finished so that I could enter them in the Just One More Road podcast knit along. And I thought I had a couple of days more than I did, and when I realized that I wasn't going to make it, I just kind of gave up on them. So they're not as far as I would like. I'm actually in the middle of the heel turn. This is the Faux Heel Flap by LiatmGat, and you can get that at knitfreedom.com. It is a free pattern, but it's not only a free pattern, there are actually videos embedded in the pattern, and you click on them and it tells you how to do certain steps, like wrap and turn, and there's no stitches to pick up, but every part of the pattern that might be somewhat confusing, she links to a video to show you how to do it, and you can do that on your computer, or I actually have the Goodreader app on my phone, and I just play it on my phone, and so it's portable, and I don't have to print out any pattern, which I like. So if you have a fancy iPad, I'm sure you could do it on there as well. These are my Lock, Shock, and Barrel, colorway. I don't think you can see it very well. Broop, broop. It's red and purple and gray and green. That's a little bit better. There you go. And this is in my Halloween bag that I made with the little spiders, purple spiders inside. Oh, watch out, they're gonna get you. So I'm enjoying them. I'm only partway through the first heel turn. Got a hair sticking up. And I gotta tell you, I like the Fleagle heel better. And again, I don't know if that's because it's the first heel that I learned or just because it's better, but I like it. But this is good heel because I'm doing the Eye of Partridge heel, which you can't do with the Fleagle heel. There's a lot of heels. So that's nice. And there's no stitches to pick up, which is very nice. So there's that. The next one that I'm working on, this is a new project that you haven't seen. No, I don't have any FOs to show you, but I have lots of new projects to show you. What does that tell you? This is called the Slightly Twisted Baby Hat, and it is for one of my friends. She commissioned me, I guess is the correct term, to make a hat, which I thought she was going to a baby shower. She lives in Kansas. Turns out it's for her. She didn't even tell me that it was for her. I just assumed it was for a baby shower. So anyway, I'm making her son a hat. It's on some yarn that I cannot pronounce. I don't know. It's Super Sock 100. I don't know what that is. I got it on clearance at my LYS a while ago, and I like the yarn, but because I mean it's superwash, which is why I picked it out of what I had in my stash and what she wanted. She wanted these colors, but it's kind of scratchy, and so I was gonna ask y'all if you have any suggestions of how to make it a little softer. Like if it's 100% superwash, is it 100%? No, it's 75% superwash and 25% polyamide. I don't know what that means, but I was wondering, like, do I block this? And when I block it, like, if I put maybe a little conditioner or something in it, would it make it softer? I don't know. I don't want to work on it and then it not work out and not be soft or anything, and I don't want to ruin it. So if you all know, please tell me. The edge or the cuff of this hat is based on the cuff of the Broken Heart socks, who I don't know who made them. I don't know whose pattern that is, but I'll figure it out. I keep hearing about the Broken Heart socks, and I didn't really pay attention to what the cuff was like. This is really cool. You all probably already know, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. You cast on, and then you knit it flat. You knit garter stitch for 5 rows, and then you start knitting and you knit 4 stitches, and then you twist the whole 5 rows that you just did around, and then you knit 4 more stitches, and then you twist it all around, and you twist it all around, which makes that really cool little cuff. And now it makes me want to make those Broken Heart socks. I don't know why. Like, maybe because sometimes when I listen to podcasts, I'm not watching, and even though they're video podcasts, so maybe somebody talked about this and I just didn't notice. But I think it's really cool. And I'm also going to make some booties out of that, and I think I'm going to have a ton of yarn left over. So now that I know it's for her and not for somebody else, maybe I'll figure out something else to do with the yarn as well. And this is in my SSK bag. Ooh, coffee! Yay! Coffee! I don't remember who made the bag, but I'm sure one of you all know, and I would appreciate if you would let me know, because I don't know what happened to my information about it, but I really like it, and so I would definitely want to pass that information on to you all. And the last project that I am working on is in honor of Pinktober. Here's my Pinktober project bag, and I have I'm going to go into this more later, but this is for my mother-in-law, and I'm just making her a scarf. It's so funny because when I was looking up the name of the scarf to tell you, I couldn't find it. I had it opened on my phone and I couldn't find it, so I just went to Ravelry and I searched to see what it was. It turns out it's the Scarf with No Name by Samantha Edgerly. Oh, I didn't tell you who the Slightly Twisted Baby Hat was. That's by Lara Neel. This Scarf with No Name is by Samantha Edgerly, and I'm not very far. I haven't even finished one repeat of the lace pattern, but I do have it cast on, and I actually extended it just a little bit because I wanted to use my new stitch markers. These are from Mommy Gets, or summer. Let's see if you can see them. They have my name on them. Aren't those so cute? I love them. She hasn't opened an Etsy shop yet, but she talked about it. So if you know her, then you need to encourage her because these are adorable, and she also makes really cool project bags. So, love. This yarn is actually named after my mother-in-law. This is the Sue Ickes colorway, and it's on my Liberace base, so it's sparkly. And I wanted to put it on these, I don't know where I got these needles, but I liked them because they're purple and they kind of match, but they don't match so that I can't see them. So, like, I can still see the stitches even though it's on purple. So, excuse me, my ball winder broke, so I had to roll it by hand. I only had my ball winder since July because Joanna, our ex-knitter, she let me have her old Knit Picks ball winder, which I loved it. I was just a little too hard on it, and it's broken, so back to the balls. Alright. That's it. That's all I'm working on. I don't have any other, well, I'm still working on this skirt that I showed you last week. But I haven't really done enough progress for you to see anything, which brings me to the next section, which is supposed to be final exam, which is supposed to be my finished objects. And I've decided that I don't want to do any more knit-alongs. It's the opposite of what I said last week. Last time I recorded, I was like, oh, look, I've got this knit-along and this knit-along and this knit-along. I love the idea of a knit-along, and I love being able to work on something with other people and be able to talk about it. But I don't love the pressure of the knit-along, and it makes me rebel. And the whole point of knitting is to have fun, and if it becomes a chore, then I don't want to do it anymore. And so I might dabble in knit-alongs, but I'm not going to make myself finish them. Besides, I never win anything anyway. Like, I take that back. I do win stuff, but it's never because I've done anything to win it. Like, if it's totally random, just put your name in, then I have a really good chance of winning. But if I have to work towards winning, then I don't know why. It's because I don't get rewarded for hard work. So, all the knit-alongs I talked about being part of, you should be a part of because they're very fun, but I am not going to be a part of them unless I happen to get finished with them on time. So, that's that. The next section, we're going to move on to Lemonade Stand. We're going to talk about what I've been up to for my Etsy shop. I actually opened up my second Etsy shop, which is called Spartacus Drinks, and I have a bunch of cozies. I showed you last time I recorded those little hats and stuff. I don't think I have any down here. And so it's not very big, it's not very well stocked, but it's open. I do find that I sell some of those things to people that I know that are not knitters, and so I just thought it would be nice to have a place to send people, but most of my sales don't come. Actually, I have no sales from the Etsy store yet, but oh well, it's there, right? And I got new Moo cards for it, which is really fun. So, but to Pinktober, or to the lemonade stand. Some of you, if you've been on my blog or if you have been on Plurk, you know that I've been following Pinktober. And 3 years ago, my mother-in-law was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she fought really hard, and she has conquered cancer so far. And then a year after that, she was diagnosed with lung cancer. And she's still cancer-free, or again, she's cancer-free, but she did have some complications from the lung cancer from a surgery that she went through. I don't know if you remember. I don't remember when I made them. I'm thinking it was, I don't know. I made them in the past. I made a pair of purple socks, which purple is the lung cancer color for ribbon awareness, and she ended up like in the surgery, like they cut, like scraped part of her. I don't know. I'm really bad at details and science and all that stuff, but it hurt her when they were in the surgery. So she's cancer free, but she's got some side effects, I guess you would call it. And so anyway, this cancer and Pinktober is a big deal to our family, and so I wanted to extend that to my shop, and wanted to hopefully raise some funds for the Susan G Koman. I'm not running, but we are having the Nashville races at the end of October. I think it's the 27th or 28th, whatever that Saturday is at the end of October. And I would love to be able to donate. My goal is to donate $100. And I'm going to do that by giving 10% of my sales. Not 10% of my profit, because that wouldn't be all that high, but 10% of the actual sale price of the yarn that I sell that are in the Pinktober colorways. And excuse me, I also have some bags and some little keychains that I'm going to show you in a little bit. And I'm going to donate a little bit more than the 10% for the keychain bags, because those are only $7.50 and I want to donate at least $1. So my goal is to raise $100, and I would love it if you would help me reach my goal. If you don't want to help me through buying at the Etsy store, then if you go to the exchange student in fiberland.blogspot.com and go to the donate button, you could just donate through there, and that money will go straight to Susan G Koman, and it'll be the Nashville chapter, because that's where I am. Nashville. I have dyed up 6 Pinktober specific skeins of yarn, and I'm going to show you all but one of them, because Kathy from the Knit Nerd podcast actually bought one, and I mailed it off this morning before I podcasted, so I can't show you that, and I only had the one dyed up. What I have decided to do is, rather than dye up a whole bunch of the colorways and hope that you all buy them, is I have one of each, or 2 in some cases, dyed up, and then I have my 3 yarn bases available, and so you can just pick which base you would like and which colorway you would like, and I can usually dye it up the next day, so it wouldn't take too long for you to actually get it. So here we go. I didn't preface this. Let me take a drink. All of the Pinktober colorways are named after famous people who are breast cancer survivors. That's because my Etsy store is kind of based on pop culture, and so I thought that would go with the theme, and also recognize some very strong, brave women. So the first one that I want to recognize is my mother-in-law, Sue Ickes. I'm not going to apologize for the crinkling. I'm just going to warn you that there is crinkling, because it helps me stay organized, because they're already packaged up. But this is the Sue Ickes. That is my mother-in-law. And this is actually one of my new bases. This is the Emily Gilmore base. If you watch the Gilmore Girls, then you know that Emily is a little luxurious. She's very rich and kind of high-strung. And this yarn base is sock weight, and it's, you can't see it very well, but it's kind of like, you know how the koigu, is that how you say it? Koigu yarn is tightly twisted, and you can see the how tightly it is. See the plies? That's how this base is. In fact, all of the bases I have for Pinktober are like that because I am a little bit obsessed with it right now. But this is 80% superwash, 10% nylon, and 10% cashmere. So it's luxurious. And it is half pink and half purple, so it's not self-striping, but it takes on the appearance of self-striping because there's only the two colors, and so the way that I dyed the yarn in the pot is so I don't know how to explain it very well, but it's not true self-striping, but it makes stripes. If that makes sense. The stripes aren't very thick, and it also depends on how, like, what project you're making, of course. But so this is the Sue Ickes colorway, and I haven't knit very much, so you can't see it very well, but you see that it's gonna make stripes. So if you were making socks, then it would make thicker stripes. This is, I have this dyed up in the Emily Gilmore. I also have it dyed up in Will and Gray Space, which Will and Gray Space is the same. It's tightly twisted, kind of high strung like Will. And the only difference is there's no cashmere. Cashmere. Josh made fun of the way that I say cashmere, so now I'm very confused. I don't know how to say the word. You know, soft cashmere. Cashmere. This has cashmere. The Will and Gray Space is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. So it's the same, only there's no cashmere. And then the other one that I have is the Liberace base, which is the same. It's tightly twisted, 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and then 5% stellina. So it's got the gold sparkles. And that's what I'm knitting with right here. The other colorways I have, this one is, you know, I had to get an Australian. I actually have two Australians in all my colorways. This is the Olivia Newton-John. And this is the same. There's only two colors, so it's kind of stripy. It looks, it's pink, but it kind of looks a little bit red since it's next to the bare white. It kind of reminds me of a candy cane. If you go to the Etsy shop, you'll see I have a little bit of a sample knit up where it's stripy, so you can see what I'm talking about. And then I have, this is the Melissa Etheridge, and it is all pink with little spots of lighter pink and white. The difference with this one is it's semi-solid, and I get a better. Oh, there's so much pink in the screen; it's hard to see it. It's not quite as like neon as it looks in my monitor, at least. But I didn't with the other colorways. I like kind of I don't use a brush, but it's kind of like I hand paint the colors. This one I just drop in the color. So the whole dye pot is just pink, and whatever gets color gets color. Some of it is a little bit darker where it actually hits the yarn, and then goes a little bit lighter, and then some of it, not very much, but some of it is bare. So that's really pretty. And then this, I'm going to pick which one to show you. This one I think is my favorite. either this one is my favorite or Edie Falco, which is the one that Knit Nerd got. And I'm sure she'll show you, or you can go online and see it. She's the mom on Sopranos, and I'm talking about the other yarn. And it's really pretty. It's got 2 shades of pink, like the darker pink, and then it also has some gray. It's really pretty, like mauve. It's really pretty. This one, I think this is my favorite. This is Christina Applegate, and it has mauve and purple, and actually a couple shades of purple in it, and then so like a pop of green, which I really like. There. All of the Pinktober colorways are at least half of the skein pink. So this one has half of it is that mauve color, and then a quarter of it is the green, and a quarter of it is the purple, but different shades of purple. And then I really like this one too. It's almost my favorite. Almost my favorite. This is just the bright pink, a couple shades of bright pink, and then the mauve. And the mauve is, if you have seen the Roz colorway in person, you know that the green is kind of, doesn't saturate all the way. That's how this mauve is as well. It's, I mean, it's color, it's not bare. It's definitely there, but it, I don't know how to explain it. You just have to buy it and see it for yourself. This is the other Australian. This is Kylie Minogue. Did I say that right? I think I did. That is my Pinktober colorways. And again, you can pick whichever base you would like. Some of them are dyed up already, so if you want to just pick one that's already dyed, then they're available. Or if you want to go to where it says custom order and pick one of those are also available. I have made this little, I don't remember who the pattern is by. But it's just garter stitch. I'm trying to look online and talk at the same time, and I'm not very good at it. Garter stitch, you cast on, this one I actually cast on 30, but the pattern says to cast on 25, and you knit back and forth, and then, yeah, I don't know where it is. I'll let you know. You knit back and forth and make a little ribbon, and anybody who buys any Pinktober products this month will receive this little Cancer ribbon. You could put a little pin on it if you want to. Pin it on here on your coat, or you could make a little magnet, or you could just lay it on the table, or you could put it on your nose. Yeah, I used to be a teacher. I'm sorry, I have to come up with things like that. And I have some bags to show you. I showed you the project bag that I have my project in. And then here is a flat-bottomed zipper project bag. It's bigger than I showed you a couple weeks ago. I showed you the chicken one, and that was just for one sock. It wasn't quite big enough for one sock, but this one is big enough. You could fit a pair of socks in there. So I made it a little bit bigger. And it's flat-bottomed, and it's got the pink Cancer ribbon and pale pink inside with a very cool aqua zipper. I just got a text asking me to babysit. I'm sorry. I don't like to babysit. I shouldn't mind, right? I'm a teacher. Used to be a teacher. Maybe that's why I don't like to babysit. Oh well. Then I have these are my newest little things that I've been making, little keychains. And it's a little tiny purse. And it's the same. It's got pale pink inside, and it'll fit on your keychain. I didn't bring my keys to show you what it's like, but you can imagine. I had these come in a variety of sizes. This one is the little tiny one. So cute. This is I've made the littlest one so you can put little moo cards in. That's what I have my little moo cards in, but I'm having a hard time because then when I make them, they end up being just a little too small. So this one is just a little too small for moo cards, but you could fit change in there or key stitch markers or maybe some chapstick. This is circles with hearts, and these are also, even though they're not the Cancer ribbons, they're still used for Pinktober. So a portion of the sale will still go towards donating towards Pinktober. And I have another fabric upstairs that I did not bring down because I haven't made any bags from it yet. But you'll have to check and see. I'm going to be adding those hopefully, I don't know, hopefully soon in October. So that's it. I don't have anything else other than thank you very much for watching. Sorry for the background. I will move back upstairs one day. My kids are home for fall break this week, and it's easier for me to come down here than for them to come down, and it's impossible for them to be upstairs and be quiet. So thank you all for watching, and I'd love to hear from you, so please contact me, Ravelry, I'm Mary Gayle, MaryGayle, Blurk, Mary Gayle, Twitter, Mary Gayle, since a theme. My blog is exchangestudent.in fiberland.blogspot.com, and my Etsy store is Spartacus Dyes, or also Spartacus Drinks. Thanks a lot, and I will see you later. Bye.